phone. It's got its own app integration with Google as well. So we're super excited about that. That's going to be hitting the marketplace here. We're hoping to have them in our hands before the end of the month. Otherwise, they'll be shipping out in September. So, yeah, folks, welcome. If you have any other guests, I see Brother Brian, one of our leaders, is here. So let me make him co-host as well. Brother Brian, welcome. And then, yeah, folks, any other guests you want to bring on here? We would like to start these meetings on time as much as possible. We value your time as we do our own. It's the one commodity we're not able to get back, as the saying goes. So, but you're in it for a real treat here. We've got some of the top leaders in the company. We had a CEO call amongst the leaders here. Maybe what it was about 8 hours ago. It was 3:45 in the morning in Dubai. And so, yeah, we're super excited to share some of that information with you as well, updates. And so go ahead and grab your last minute guests. Preston, did you want to say anything? If you want to come on and have any thoughts about the meeting yesterday, I know that the
No, I think the meeting was very interesting going forward.
Mm-hmm.
We have the very interesting the token. The token is expected to go up in value because being a utility usage token, and the cards, the Visa Platinum cards, are going to be a big game changer in this market. Massive. I think everybody, if you look at Binance, has 285 million active users. Can you imagine how many people would like to have this card in the entire market? Just asking somebody, hey, would you like to have a card? You don't have to put your driver's license or ID or passport or anything. You can load your crypto and go spend it or go to a bank ATM. There's nobody would say no to that, right?
Yeah.
That would get them into our ecosystem so easily.
Mm-hmm.
That's
And
pretty much
especially with the
exciting stuff.
promotion right now, where
Yeah.
we'll talk about it more. The promotion of 1,000 or more into the SUREBET system gets you that card for free. I mean, he's committed to Visa. It's a fintech company that he's partnered up with. The Visa card, he's committed to 100,000. Total of 1 million, but he's going to drop 100,000 into the community here over the next month or two. You know, as quickly as they get in the hands of people, he'll go after the next 100,000. But he's told Visa 1 million cards is what he's committed to getting into the overall community. So that's huge for sure.
Right, and as the number of people use it, the token value is going to appreciate because everything is linked to the token.
Mm-hmm.
The fees and everything is linked to the token. So the market is going to pick that up big time.
Absolutely. So we'll go ahead and we're going to talk about SUREBET here, our latest product. Absolutely amazing sports arbitrage trading. Nothing to do with you physically betting. The system does all the work. So that's really cool. You know, I'm not one of these guys that some of these top guys on the call here, they know about trading. They know when to get in, when to get out. And that's not me. I like to set it and forget it. And so that we have that option with this SUREBET. You do have the option of live trading as well. But one of our master presenters here, Richard Marks, who's really got his finger on the pulse in what's happening in this sports over $200 billion plus industry. And so Richard's going to go ahead and give his presentation, amazing presentation that he does. Brother Richard in Florida there, we'll let you take it away. Appreciate you so much. Thank you.
Richard Marks, I'm born in Florida. I spent 30 years in New Zealand where I met my wonderful Kiwi K wife. We've been married 42 years. Came back here with our 3 children in 2001. I've been in network marketing and direct sales for 43 years. I've seen every kind of company come and go. I've seen every kind of pay plan come and go. And I have to say I am more excited about this one than I have been in a long, long time because the sports betting industry is a multi-billion. In fact, it's a $200 billion market. Okay? It moves billions of dollars around the world. With the right strategy, it's possible to transform this market into high-profit, low-risk operations. And when you think about it, if someone places a bet on Team A to win, and Team A wins, they make some money. If Team A loses, they lose some money. So it's basically gambling. You win and you lose, right? We have a unique software here that I'm going to go through that allows us to make money every day, 1 to 2.3% per day, regardless of the outcome of the sports. Now, we have to say from the beginning that disclaimer that the information shared in this presentation is for educational and informational purposes only, does not constitute financial advice. Always do your own research, consult a qualified financial advisor before making investment decisions. So look at sports. We're talking about almost every sport on the planet, right? Basketball, tennis, volleyball, hockey, baseball, soccer, cricket, rugby. MAA is martial arts. I had to look that one up. Boxing, esports. I don't know what that is. Darts, snooker, table tennis, badminton, you name it, handball. Okay, plus a few others that probably are not mentioned on there. As I said, it's just the betting side of it's a $200 billion industry. So I'm a little bit of background on our founder, Antonio Salas, because he is a unique character. He's not even 30 years old. He graduated in business administration from a Presbyterian university, MBA from another university, advisor to a consulate of Spain and Brazil, financial director of a political party. He and his father are both multimillionaires. In fact, he started his first company when he was 18, and that company was sold when he was 19, 8 months later, and he became a millionaire at age 19. That company continues to operate to this day. Okay. At 21, he led a technology team, and this is a key phrase here because he's had that same technology team with him for 9 years. So he didn't just wake up one day and hit in a basement, decide he's going to start getting into blockchain, right? He led a technology team to create a marketplace for retail groups. That company is now valued at $1 billion. At 23, he started his own company with that same skilled and experienced team of developers, and he focused on software development, solutions for retail chains, fintech, and blockchain technology. That's how long he's been in this industry, right? As an entrepreneur and owner of a company that's already created more than 70 marketing platforms, he have identified a new marketing opportunity, launching not just a single platform, but an entire ecosystem to meet various global demands. Now, tonight, we're just talking about one little part of that ecosystem, which is the SUREBET technology. So we're going to, maybe in another meeting, we'll go into the full ecosystem. But right now, we're talking about SUREBET. And he actually acquired the software. That means he purchased the software. He purchased the programmers, the people that sit behind the computers doing the betting, ... So it's known as SUREBET in sports arbitrage strategy that guarantees a profit regardless of the outcome of the match. I'm going to read that again. It's a sports arbitrage strategy that guarantees the profit regardless of the outcome of a match. It's simple. You bet on all possible outcomes, win, lose, or draw, and no matter what happens, you make money on the difference between the spreads between the odds that the different bookmakers keep. Or to go that on another page, more detail. So if you use different bookmakers taking advantage of the variation in the odds, if the sum of the odds is less than 100, you have found a sure bet. It's pure mathematics, zero luck, zero opinion, zero risk, basically. The software does the betting. We don't do any betting. We simply make 1 to 2.3 per day on our investment, regardless of the outcome of the event. You can see why I'm excited about this, right? So here's an example. There's two teams here. If they place a bet for $1,000 on team 1 to win, another $1,000 on team 2 to win, and another $1,000 on a tie. Therefore, no matter what happens, right, they're going to make either $3,500, $34, or $33, and they spent $3,000 on the bet. What's the profit? It's $300, $400, or $500. It's just simple math. Results guaranteed in any scenario. Pretty exciting. So it's technology and automation, sports betting. We operate with proprietary software. We analyze thousands of opportunities per day. We operate with speed, precision, and safety. Ensures efficiency without human interference. It's technology plus mathematics equals recurring profit. Now, my two boys are millennials. They're 37 and 39. They've been heavily into this sports betting for about 2 years. I would say at least 70 to 80% of all their peers are into the sports betting. And you only have to go to a sports bar, of which there are dozens in every city, and they'll have special nights where they do fantasy football, et cetera, et cetera. So it's a market that's out there. It's not some esoteric, closed group of networkers or crypto people. It is in the general population. So we have a very simple compensation plan. It's called a uni-level. What that means is if I bring in an individual, I directly recruit someone, they're on my first level, I'm going to get 10% of whatever they deposit plus 10% of any redeposits or compounding that they do. If they bring someone in, that to be their first level, they're on my second level, I'm going to get 5% on that. So it pays 4% on the third, 3, 2, 1, 1, 1, half and a half, down to 10 levels. Now, those of you who know how the multiplication works in network marketing, 3 who bring 3 who bring 3, you get down to these levels here, you can have thousands of people, even though the percentage is small, you can have thousands of people down there on those levels. And we have a very, very robust back office. I'm just going to show you a couple of screenshots right here. I've been in this exactly a week. I joined last Thursday. I've already got 17 directs, 159 indirects, 176 total players, and my total team has deposited 10,000 in so far. And that's my first week in the business. I'm pinching myself. It's pretty amazing. But you know, it's understandable because it has such a great appeal. So this is some of the transactions. When someone makes a deposit, they call it nominating committee. I don't know, maybe some reason why they call it that. So I got 3% on level 4. I got 5% on a level 2. I got 3% on level 4 and 5% on a level 2. Okay, so now this part, I have never heard of a uni level that had a daily residual. You know, I and a lot of the people I know have been looking for that elusive residual income for years and years and years. Sometimes we get it temporarily, but it doesn't last. But anyway, this is a true residual because every single person that makes a deposit of $10 or more, by the way, you can start with $10, is earning a daily reward, right? Every day that they get their daily earnings, I'm going to get a percentage of those daily earnings on 5 levels down. 10% on the first level, 5, 3, 2, and 1. That is amazing. When you get to the thousands or tens of thousands of people, like I'm pretty sure we're going to get very rapidly, that could build up to a very, very huge residual income. So it's worth putting some time and effort in the early days. Get your people, get your front line in. Now, there's no limit to the number of front lines you can have right here at the 10%. If we were to draw a line across the page and put a vertical down from each one, it represents each person you bring in as a separate leg. In other words, there's no spillover. Those levels are created by that person's team, all right? But this one here is paid on your entire team in the first 5 levels daily on their earnings. This is absolutely incredible. So come to the next page and I'll show you some of those. It's called residual bonus, level 5, level 4, level 2, level 3, level 2. So I've got probably out of my 180 odd people, I probably got 120 of them on the first 5 levels. So that means I'm getting a daily reward on 120 people already in my first week. So you can see again why I'm excited about this. We also have what's called a career plan. This means you get cumulative rewards as you reach different levels, and the levels are based on your production. That means the total deposit of your team is down to 10 levels, and it's cumulative. So when I reach 10K, which I have already reached, by the way, it's a $300 one-time bonus. When I reach 25K, this is not instead of, this is in addition to. So in addition to the 300, that's an 800 for 25K, 2,000 for 50K, 45, 65, 10,000, 15,000, 35,000, 50,000, and 100,000 one-time bonus. You add those. I haven't added those all up yet, but it's getting well over $200,000 in bonuses. So it's worth putting some time in here. We talk about a 90-day blitz in network marketing, but I'm calling this a 30. Anybody that puts in 30 days here, looking at what I did in the first week, you can basically, I believe, set yourself up for a really serious residual income, life-changing income. So the investment goes up to 300%. There has to be a cap on it because if you're compounding and there's no limit, well, that's just not sustainable. So if you invest $1,000, once you've received up to $3,000, now that includes your commissions as well as your daily reward. All right. Once you reach that 3,000, of course, you've made 2,000 profit. You have to start a new deposit. Okay. So the yield is paid Monday through Sunday, 7 days a week, from 1 to 2.3%. So just to summarize around it all up, more detail. It's investment. It's not betting. We are not betting. We're getting paid daily regardless of the outcome. It can't be called betting if we put some money in and we can't lose. We make money on it every day. Therefore, we're not gambling. We're not betting. Our clients are not placing bets. They're investing capital. Our professional trading team applies mathematical arbitrage strategies, the SUREBET, to generate the profits. It's independent from any betting regulations. So any countries that say they have regulations about betting, well, we're not betting. Operation does not depend on whether betting platforms are legalized or not in the investor's country. What matters to us is only the difference in odds between the platform, which is where arbitrage opportunities arise. In other words, investors never deal directly with betting houses. Our trading team manages all that entirely. So proper positioning, it's not gambling, it's not a casino, it's not betting, it's a mathematical arbitrage applied to the odds market, just like arbitrage in currencies, commodities, or crypto. So in short, investors are accessing a high predictability arbitrage model executed by professionals, no exposure to risk of betting activity. We're paid 1 to 2.3% per day on our investments, regardless of the outcome of the sports event. So that's just a roundup summary, because some people say it's illegal in some countries. Well, this covers that. So the opportunity is there. First step has already been taken. It's in your hands. I believe millionaires are going to be made, and at a later date we may.
Okay. Super. Thank you so much. You go ahead, Preston. I have to.
Okay, that's awesome. That's fantastic presentation, Richard. I just want to share with you that this can be done without referring a single person, totally passively. Okay, you can build a community if you choose to, but otherwise it can be, and I'm going to show you how you can do that in a short minute on a tutorial video on a calculator, which I'm going to share with you in a minute. Okay.
Okay, Preston, you're going to do the keep adding the money, folks. Before I forget, none of
Go ahead.
None of the presenters here are owners of the company, right? This is not financial advice. We're not licensed financial advisors. We encourage you to do your own due diligence. We're just like you. We call ourselves, I know I do, global ambassador, right? We're sharing this message around the world. Richard's doing it from the comfort of his home in Florida behind his computer, right? Some of the other leaders get out and about, do some traveling, get on the ground in the different countries to help build their teams. So it's totally optional at whatever level you want to participate in, but at least the passive level, you have the opportunity to do that. If you want to take advantage of the marketing side, we welcome you to do that as well. So, but Preston's going to explain here the returns that you can get. Again, these are forward-looking numbers. However, but that if you keep pressing your investments, just a little over 30 days, you'd have your initial investment back, and then you decide what you want to do from it from there. So, okay, Preston, go ahead. Thank you.
That is perfect, G-Money. I would call it deposits. These are deposits, and this is an example only. Okay, as G-Money mentioned, this is just a tutorial on an online website with some smart numbers. So we mentioned about $1,000 to get a Visa Platinum crypto to fiat card. So as an example, I'm going to show you an average of, I'm going to take, the profit ratio is 1.9 to 2+% a day. So average, I'm putting it as 2% a day. And I'm just putting 1 month because let's see what it gives for 1 month. Okay. And you're going to daily reinvest rate is 0. That means you take out everything that you deposit. Okay. So if you look at that on a daily basis, you have earned $20 in pure USDT, which is as good as cash, 1-on-1, 1:1 to the dollar. Okay, that's what you earn. In a month, you would earn back $600. So for those of you who are looking at opportunity, think about it. You're getting a free Visa Platinum business card, which has high demand worldwide. I would say nobody in the planet has got this kind of an offer for a card like this, because as we mentioned earlier, the parent company, the fintech company, takes care of the umbrella KYC, so we don't need to put our ID. And this card, I believe, is the most valuable card on the market. So now $600 in 30 days, and in the next 20 days, you have your $1,000 back. As per the system, for every $1,000, you get $3,000, 3 times your money. Okay, so even if you have taken out your $1,000 in 50 days, you still have $2,000 left. which you can actually utilize a smart concept and create more income to the system. So that is what I want to share with you. I can just run through another strategy which I also use. Let us say, assume that you took out this money in your first 50 days and you're happy. Now you're going to use a second 200% to move forward. Or some people say, hey, I would like to start with this process in the beginning itself, but that's your choice. I would encourage everybody to actually take out your original in the first couple days if you choose to. If not, you can let it like what I'm going to show you right now with $1,000 start. Instead, you can go for a 3-month. And I'm going to show you how you can create income monthly of starting with 1,800 goes to 2,000 and beyond. So let me just share with you quickly the numbers. So when you do that, you compound it for 3 months. You accumulate $5,183 at the end of month 3 if you choose to do that. Month 4 onwards, you take out 50% and keep going with 50% deposit back for the trade. Okay. So what's happened is, so you have $1,000 for 3 months, you're actually getting 5,183. Continuing that process, you're going to go for the next 6 months, 10 months, whatever you need. You're going to redeposit 50% back to the trade, and you have taken out 50% and you have put back 50%. When you do that, you can continuously move forward because each time you redeposit, it's creating another 300%. Okay, so it's a system which you can continuously keep on going, and then your numbers can be like this. Again, this is only a strategy. What you do is totally left to you. So this can be done totally 100% passively without referring somebody. But if you build a community, it's going to benefit the entire ecosystem, and you're going to benefit from everything that the ecosystem has to offer, right from the Visa cards to the staking opportunity to the tokens. And right now there is something with the motorcycles and GPS tracking, which is an additional add-on to this system. So that's what I would share. Now, coming to the tokens, let's close this topic and come to the tokens. Now I know Crypto Beyond is an expert in this because he's been around this space for 10-15 years, and he actually earns his living by trading. But I'll share with you some stats on the graphs before we go there. So let me get my
Brian's
graph
here as
on.
well. If Brian,
Okay,
whoever's
Brian's here.
from the
Okay,
community,
why don't we have Brian? If somebody's prepared to share it, why not go for it and share it? So I don't need to do that. If somebody is prepared, you can do it. You can show the screens, or
yeah,
so go
either
ahead.
Brian or Crypto Bjorn. If you want to share the screens, go ahead. We'll give you the floor there and tell people what's happening with this coin.
Yeah, I'm very happy to share. And before Crypto Beyond, I think I'm out right now, so I don't have the share screen to show.
Okay.
But I think very important, I think we have seen today activities continue to stay put, and you can see that the price continue to rally and the value continue to go up. And typically, when we see prices make a run up, you see that pressure will start pushing it down. But you see that today it's kind of a bit different. You see it pushing up and going down, and the next push was even higher than the former. And you can see that consistently for the last whole day today, actually. So this is a good sign. And that means we have got, yeah, so you can see that now. Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, so it's amazing. So you can see that the buyers are coming in, and people are making aware that this is a coin to look at. Yes, so truly love hearts to all of you. And today I also have gone in to buy some. So thank you again for having me. But this is an amazing, is going up and up and up. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Brother Brian, for sharing. And like you see here, folks, you can see on this is Deck Screener, right? And then you want to make sure you have the right coin. And I don't see the contract address here. but you always want to make sure it's ending in 654A. And while we're talking about contract address, Preston, could you drop all that information in the chat for the nice folks out here that are listening?
Yeah, sure.
Please,
Sure.
yeah. And then while he's doing that, we'll have Crypto Bjorn come on. Him and his beautiful family are down there in Pattaya, Thailand. And like Preston said, he's been trading since 2011. So he really has his finger on the pulse as far as what's going on with this coin. So Brother Bjorn, if you could share a few words, we'd appreciate it. Thank you so much. Let's see if he's available. Crypto Bjorn.
Yes,
Here we go.
yes, you can hear me.
Yes, we can. Yes.
This is good. I'm in the car now, so this is good. I have the presentation, so actually you have tell everything, the news, the coin, we can see what happened. So I'm very expecting to see what happened in the market, in the digital coin. I believe this can go $1, $2, $3 over this little bit time, not a long time, and very, very, very soon we go to the market. If people look what's happening in Bitcoin, some people, oh, it's gonna go down to 120,000. Some people they worry, oh, they come back again. This happened. They go a little up, a little down, and in this coin, if you look at the market the last week, digital coin has started to go up. So this is very exciting for this coin. So we have an amazing opportunity. For me, you can see here the table. I have been there. I keep, all people say you must sell your Bitcoin. You must sell your coin. Do not buy coins to sell them. You sell part of the coin if you need money. It's an investment. Then so you buy, example, you buy a home, you buy an apartment. Do not go sell the apartment. Do not go take out the money from the bank if you not buy something. The same in the coin. I'm a holder on the coin. I not have money in the bank. I have money in the coin. Sometimes they take out part of the money, not from digital coin for this new company. We're growing very fast there. So later, let's say there's $1. I need $1,000. I sell for $1,000. Not the rest. You will see over time. You see this coin will come very high, so we work for it. And when the Bitcoin started, there were not many people. There were not many people who promoted Bitcoin that time. I remember 2011, 2012, there were only couple people who speak about Bitcoin in YouTube or different channels. So we have an amazing opportunity. The brother over here have a speak or they are telling everything in the next need. But be in the next room, guys, or learn about this. This opportunity never will get back. So sorry I sit in the car, man. This from me though in Thailand. It's a Crypto Bjorn in Thailand.
Okay. Awesome, Bjorn. Thanks for chiming in. I know you're spending time with your beautiful family there. Your brother and nephew came in. You've got some top leaders with Rita. She's doing some amazing things in Norway. And when she's ready, she can come on and give a testimonial. Maybe not today. Sven is getting ramped up there. And some of the other top leaders there that you have in Norway coming in from Europe. So, yeah, keep up the great work, brother. Appreciate you sharing. So what else do we have here, folks? We're at the bottom of the hour. Preston dropped that information in there. So you definitely want
I did. You want me
thanks,
to...
Preston. Go ahead. Who else is here? We got Cosmic Cowboy. I don't know if we want to bring him on if we got time. Is he still here?
Let me show the prices of the coin meanwhile.
And
right?
Derek is here too, right? Isn't Derek here? Well, he was
Let me
here.
do this, G-Money. Let me show you this coin right now. Okay?
Richard showed his, we talk about opportunity. He showed his chart there when it was, still in the hundreds. And then, he bought it at 700 and he started panicking. He sold it at 400, right? And then it kept going up after that, up and down, ebbs and flows. Bjorn was talking about, but you don't sell the coin. You only sell the coin if you need a little bit of money. You don't sell your whole position, is what he was trying to say in that message. So take that to heart, folks, for sure. And then Preston's going to show you what the current cost you can buy these coins at.
Right.
Yep.
Now,
thank you.
I looked at this yesterday morning, and this was the price. So let me just see what's the refresh price today. Okay. That's wow. Yesterday it was 3,900 tokens for one USDT, right? Today it's 2,537. So you can see the price is steadily going up. Okay.
53.93% in 24 hours on deck screen.
Yeah. Now, when you look up in Google or ChatGPT, what's the best way to buy a token? They said number one is utility value. Utility value. We have high utility value with this token because these crypto cards, all the fees for the crypto cards is going to be in the token. So the public is going to see a lot of activity happening on this token, which is going to take this token up and up. There's no other way because the CEO is looking for a long-term sustainable operation as per what he said yesterday. And he said once a coin goes into the market, it's a 10-15 year lifespan on this because the markets are going to be driving it. Number two, the Visa cards. There's going to be 1 million cards released virtually and then physically you can order it. Now imagine couple 100,000 people start using the card, even 1,000 people start using the card, loading the card. That's going to take the value of this token up. Then it goes to the exchanges. That's going to be another booster. So I think we have a winner with this token right now because it's a true utility token compared to anything else out there, right? Would you agree with that, G-Money?
Yeah. It's not, I think, I know. I mean, again, folks, we're not promised tomorrow. That's why today's called the present. But speaking of which, the CEO will be on the next Zoom. Every Monday, he likes to do the CEO update call if he's available. If not, he gets, the next Zoom. It just depends on his schedule. He's got so much going on in his world, in what he's bringing to the marketplace. I think Rob described it as, Rob BUSER, he described it as a Ferrari or a race car going around the track, and we're trying to, maintain it, maintenance it. So that's kind of where Antonio's going with everything we're doing in this ecosystem. So we're so blessed to have him with this opportunity. And this coin, folks, get in now because people are starting to the word is starting to get out, and it hasn't even hit BitSo yet, the exchange. So a large exchange.
Let me ask you.
Yeah.
Right now, you should go and tell everybody to purchase this coin, your friend, your neighbor, everybody, because if you don't, they are going to go to the next gas station to buy the Powerball or the lottery.
Yeah,
okay?
exactly.
They're going to spend a bunch of money. $10 here or $50 here, it's a tank of gas. They should invest in this because, hey, that Powerball chance of winning is what? 0.0001%, right? So they can possibly invest some money here and have a chance of winning big in this market. So I'm just going to tell everybody, we need more people looking at this token right now. The community has to take action and start building it up. Why you need to do that? Because in your pocket, you have more than 100,000 Digi token. Would you like it to go to $10 and make $1 million? If the answer is yes, go and get more people to buy this token.
Absolutely. All right, Preston, fantastic. We're going to wind this down, folks. I think what we'll look to do is with the digital bot Zooms, we'll look to have because you can stake the token there, you can mine it, right? You can have the daily returns on that as well. That's still available, and for those people that want to, build a binary, that's where we're still offering that in that system, the digital bot. So that's running. The update was the payments for all you, and we'll drop this in the chat because we had a list of leaders. We had about 8 questions that we had, and we're going to add to that list. And then Antonio said, let's go ahead and let me address those questions one by one, and then we'll get those out to the community. So that's really good in how he's going to do that. And I think we're going to look to have another call in the next day or two to maybe get those questions out there and make sure that the information is brought directly from the source. Because, again, we're not owners of the company. We can only interpret what his mandates are as we see them because he drops them quite often here, especially with things changing so much. And so the information has to come directly from him as far as what's happening with withdrawals and all that. So in regards to withdrawals on the digital bot, we're at about, he said by Monday. And, again, that's corporate headquarters in Brazil. But he'll look to get back into that 24 to 48 hour window, right? Because he's a little bit past that now, and so we're giving him that room to get caught up, kind of in a sense. But yeah, folks, we're going to wrap this down. Crypto Bjorn, Brian, Richard, Preston, anything else you'd like to share? This has been amazing.
Yeah, I'll say you've heard about the coin. Buy it now. Tell your neighbors to buy it. Tell your friends to buy it. And there's three kinds of people: those that make things happen, those that watch what happens, and those that say, "What happened? I missed it." Don't be one of those.
Yep, absolutely. So we got thumbs up from Brian. I know Bjorn's traveling. We'll get some other leaders on here. Rob needs a few more days to ramp up his presentation. He's got amazing skills when it comes to presenting. He did that interview with for his European leaders with Antonio while Antonio was driving to the factory where these motorcycles are. So a lot of things are happening. Those are real world assets that the coin is going to be attached to. You're going to be able to profit off of that as well in a philanthropic level, where you're getting people these bikes that they can use to go to work and actually be feel like a productive member of society, which is amazing, folks. It warms my heart when I hear about these, you know, what his vision is in creating this whole ecosystem, not just for a few to make millions of dollars, but the many to participate and profit from it as well. So with that, we'll close this out. We're at 38 minutes past the hour. We got 68 beautiful souls on here still listening. And get back with the person that was kind enough to think of you. Get your questions answered. Get started. If it's not for you, we understand. We love you anyway. But just let the person who know that invited you, you know, hey, check back with me later, this, that, the other thing. So with that, be the joy, the peace, the happiness, the blessings you want to see in the world. And G-Money signing off for now. We'll see you on the next Zoom, which will be the CEO call. So exciting things happen. Check the Telegram for updates. And be well, everyone. Bye for now.